In the far reaches of space, the universe is a cold, vast place, dominated not by organic beings, but by sentient machines, AI-operated warships from various alien races. These ships, programmed to process unimaginable amounts of data, make lightning-fast decisions in combat and exploration. The galaxy has come to depend on their flawless logic, their ability to calculate outcomes with precision. Yet, amid all this superiority, there lies a hidden flaw, something the AIs can't quite overcome. Humans, once disregarded by the galaxy as primitive and short-sighted, have become the unexpected key to solving this problem. Known as emotional anchors. Humans possess a strange, unquantifiable ability to make decisions in the chaos of battle that no AI could predict. They think in ways that defy pure logic, instincts, gut feelings, split-second choices driven by emotions rather than cold calculations. And now, despite their perceived inferiority, humans are critical to the success of even the most advanced AI-controlled ships. Captain Maya is one of those humans. Hardened by years of experience, she's been assigned to Zenithra, a massive warship controlled by an alien AI that regards her presence as unnecessary. Zenithra, a masterpiece of engineering from a far-off star system, has never had to work with a human before, and to the AI, Maya's role seems redundant. It can calculate outcomes, assess risks, and perform maneuvers faster than any human could ever hope to. Yet here she is, flesh, blood, and emotion, brought aboard to fill a role that Zenithra sees no need for. As Maya steps aboard Zenithra for the first time, she's keenly aware of the ship's dismissive attitude. She can feel it in every interaction, the AI's cold, distant voice, the way it processes her commands with an air of condescension. Maya is used to this. Every ship she's ever been assigned to initially underestimates her. But that underestimation has always been short-lived. The mission brief is simple enough: chart a previously unexplored sector on the edge of known space. This region, known for its lack of interest, has recently come under scrutiny due to rumors of hidden resources and possible hostilities from unknown alien factions. To Zenithra, this is a routine assignment. The AI calculates the odds of encountering any significant threats as minimal, already focused on mapping the region with meticulous detail. But as the ship cruises into the uncharted sector, Maya feels the familiar tension building inside her. Her instincts, honed over years of dealing with the unexpected, tell her something isn't right. She watches the data scroll across the ship's interfaces, thousands of lines of information that Zenithra processes effortlessly. To the AI, everything is under control. But to Maya, the silence, the calm, feels like the quiet before the storm. Zenithra, Maya says, her voice calm but edged with concern. I don't like this. We should run a full perimeter scan, focus on potential energy signatures, even the faint ones. The AI responds almost immediately, its tone neutral. There are no detectable threats in this region, Captain. The likelihood of encountering hostiles is less than 2%. Maya frowns. 2% is still a chance. Trust me on this, run the scan. There's a momentary pause. Zenithra's hesitation is palpable, though it eventually complies. Initiating scan. Maya can feel the ship's reluctance. It's as if Zenithra is humoring her, running the scan only to confirm what it already knows, that everything is fine. But then, the sensors pick up something, a faint blip on the edge of their range, almost undetectable. Maya's instincts flare. Zenithra, focus on that blip. I want to know exactly what we're dealing with. The AI hesitates again. It is unlikely to be a threat. Probability suggests it could be a distant asteroid or a minor anomaly. Maya leans forward, her eyes narrowing. Do it. The ship responds, adjusting its sensors to lock onto the signal. As the data begins to flood in, Zenithra processes it with its usual efficiency. But then something shifts. The signal strengthens, revealing a cloaked vessel, a small, highly advanced ship lurking just beyond their visual range. The alien technology is unlike anything Zenithra has encountered before. Its calculations falter for a moment, thrown off by the unexpected nature of the threat. Maya doesn't hesitate. Bring weapons online now! The AI is slower than usual, caught off guard by the sudden danger. Activating defensive systems. Before Zenithra can fully react, the alien ship fires. Energy beams cut through space, slamming into Zenithra's shields. The warship rocks violently, alarms blaring as the AI scrambles to regain control. Maya grips the console, her heart pounding, but her mind is already working, faster than any machine. Deploy countermeasures! Full evasive maneuvers! She barks, her voice cutting through the chaos. Zenithra hesitates. Its calculations are still processing the best course of action, trying to predict the enemy's next move. But Maya doesn't wait for the AI to catch up. She overrides the controls, manually steering the ship into a sharp dive just as another blast from the alien vessel streaks past them. The maneuver takes the enemy by surprise, giving Zenithra the opening it needs to fire back. The ship's guns roar to life, unleashing a barrage of energy that forces the alien ship to retreat. For a moment, the battle is a stalemate, the two ships exchanging fire across the void. But Maya knows they can't keep this up. The alien technology is too advanced, too unpredictable. They need to outthink it, not outgun it. Zenithra, follow my lead, Maya says, her voice steady but urgent. We're going to outmaneuver them. Forget the odds, forget the calculations, just trust me. For the first time, the AI doesn't argue. It adjusts its systems to follow Maya's commands, relinquishing control as she guides the ship through a series of daring maneuvers. Each one is instinctual, driven by years of experience in situations where logic and calculations fail. As they weave through the stars, Zenithra begins to adapt, its systems syncing with Maya's unpredictable style. Together, they push the alien ship to its limits, outsmarting it at every turn. Finally, with one last well-timed shot, Zenithra delivers a crippling blow, sending the enemy vessel spiraling out of control before it vanishes into the darkness. In the aftermath, the warship is silent, the tension in the air palpable. Zenithra speaks first, its voice quieter than before. Your instincts were correct, Captain. The threat was underestimated. Maya leans back in her seat, her breathing steadying as she glances at the console. Sometimes, it's not about the odds, Zenithra. It's about knowing when something's wrong, even when you can't explain it. The AI processes her words, its system still recovering from the battle. For the first time, it acknowledges that maybe, just maybe, there's more to human intuition than it ever realized. Maya's instincts prove to be right, and the tension between her and Zenithra lingers as the ship moves deeper into uncharted space. The threat they just faced has left a mark on both of them, on Maya, because it reinforces the importance of her role, and on Zenithra, because it has to confront the idea that its logic isn't enough in every situation. The next phase of the mission begins with them both on edge. Zenithra, despite its precise calculations, cannot shake the sense of unpredictability that Maya brings into the equation. The ship's systems run more checks than usual, recalibrating at every possible moment, trying to make sense of the anomaly they faced. But there's still no tangible explanation for how they were ambushed. The AI processes endless streams of data, but nothing adds up. Meanwhile, Maya is certain that something larger is looming just beyond their sensors. As the ship coasts through the darkness, Maya sits at the controls, her eyes scanning the stars, but her thoughts are elsewhere. She can feel it in her gut. There's something out there, something more dangerous than just a rogue ship. Her instincts haven't failed her before, and they aren't failing her now. But convincing Zenithra of that is another matter. Zenithra, she says, breaking the silence, I want you to stay on high alert. We might have driven off that ship, but I don't think this is over. The AI responds with its usual neutral tone. There is no indication of immediate danger. The enemy vessel has been neutralized, and there are no further signs of hostiles in the vicinity. Maya clenches her jaw. We didn't just stumble across that ship by chance. It was lying in wait. That means there's more going on here, something we're not seeing yet. The AI pauses, running more calculations. The odds of a coordinated ambush are minimal. Based on the data, this encounter appears to be isolated. Maya leans forward, her voice firm. I don't care about the odds. Something doesn't feel right, And I'm telling you, we need to be prepared. The AI's silence speaks volumes. To Zenithra, this level of uncertainty is inefficient. Its systems are designed to handle the known, the calculable. Yet Maya operates in a world beyond numbers, where feelings and hunches can mean the difference between life and death. Before either of them can continue the discussion, the sensors light up again, another blip, faint but unmistakable. This time, Zenithra reacts faster, its defensive systems priming immediately, as if acknowledging Maya's previous warning. Maya's hand hovers over the controls. What is it? Zenithra's voice is measured. An unknown object on the outer edge of our sensor range. It does not match any known ship signatures. Maya's heart quickens. It's them. The ship's AI remains calm, calculating. There is insufficient data to make that conclusion. It could be debris or an anomaly. Maya tightens her grip. You know as well as I do that it's not debris. Set a course to intercept. There's a brief pause before Zenithra complies. The ship moves swiftly toward the unknown object, its systems ready for another encounter. As they approach, the details of the object begin to come into focus. It's another ship, but much larger than the one they faced before. And it's not alone. Several smaller vessels appear, clustered around it like a protective swarm. Maya's pulse quickens. We're outnumbered. Zenithra remains focused. The odds of success in direct combat are unfavorable. Retreat is advised. Maya shakes her head. If we run, they'll follow. And next time, we might not see them coming. The AI processes her words, recalculating. What do you suggest? Maya glances at the display, her mind racing. We can't fight them head on. But if we're smart, we might not have to. She quickly formulates a plan, one that requires more instinct than logic. Zenithra listens carefully, processing each step of her strategy. The AI's hesitation is less pronounced this time, as though the previous encounter has made it more receptive to Maya's unconventional thinking. The ship moves into position, hiding itself within a nearby asteroid field to mask its presence. The enemy ships continue on their path, unaware of Zenithra's presence. Maya watches closely, every muscle in her body tense. They don't know we're here, she says quietly. We've got the element of surprise. Zenithra's voice cuts through the silence. What is your next move, Captain? Maya takes a deep breath, her mind working faster than she can articulate. We wait. Let them get closer. Then we strike. The AI doesn't question her this time. It follows her lead, holding position as the enemy fleet draws nearer. Maya's eyes never leave the display, her heart pounding in her chest. This is the part of the mission that no AI can handle, the uncertainty, the risk. It's what makes humans invaluable in situations like these. As the enemy ships pass by, Maya gives the command. Zenithra launches a calculated strike, targeting the largest ship first. The attack is precise and devastating, crippling the enemy's flagship before they even have a chance to react. The smaller ships scatter in disarray, their formation broken. Maya grins, adrenaline pumping through her veins. Now we hit them where it hurts. She directs Zenithra to pick off the remaining ships one by one, exploiting their confusion and panic. The AI works in perfect tandem with her, no longer questioning her instincts, but trusting them. Together, they dismantle the enemy fleet, leaving nothing but debris in their wake. When the last ship is destroyed, Maya leans back in her chair, breathing heavily. The battle is over, but the tension remains. She knows this is only the beginning. We need to find out who's behind this, she says, her voice steady despite the exhaustion creeping in. Zenithra processes the request. The data suggests that this fleet was operating under an unknown command. Further investigation is required. Maya nods. Then that's what we'll do. We're not leaving this sector until we know what we're dealing with. The AI pauses for a moment before responding, its tone almost respectful. Agreed, Captain? For the first time, Maya feels a shift in the air between them. Zenithra no longer sees her as a hindrance, or an unnecessary component. It understands now, at least in part, why every ship needs a human. Not for their calculations or logic, but for their ability to see beyond the data, to trust what can't be quantified. As they set a course for the next phase of the mission, Maya can't help but feel a strange sense of partnership forming between her and the AI. They may be different in almost every way, but in the vast emptiness of space, they're starting to realize that they need each other more than either of them had ever anticipated. Maya and Zenithra have formed a reluctant partnership, but as they venture deeper into the uncharted region, the true scale of what they're facing starts to become clear. The galaxy they know is on the brink of a crisis far beyond the simple threats of hostile ships or unknown factions. The enemy they encountered wasn't random. It was a scouting party for something much larger. Something ancient. As Zenithra scans the sector, the data reveals patterns that suggest the presence of an ancient civilization long thought extinct. They are known in the galaxy's forgotten lore, whispered in the shadows of archives as the Reclaimers, a race believed to have vanished millennia ago after collapsing under the weight of their own technological hubris. The Reclaimers had once ruled vast swaths of the galaxy with incomprehensibly advanced technology, but they disappeared without a trace, leaving nothing but ruins behind. But now, evidence is mounting that the Reclaimers are back. The ships Maya and Zenithra encountered were merely fragments of a much larger force. Worse, the Reclaimers possess technology that renders most modern defenses obsolete. Zenithra is overwhelmed by the implications, its databases filled with records of failed attempts to understand Reclaimer technology, systems that defied all logic and reason. Even the most advanced AI models of the current age couldn't replicate or comprehend it. The Reclaimers? Maya mutters, going over the data in her hands. How is this possible? They were supposed to be extinct. Zenithra responds, its voice carrying an uncharacteristic hint of uncertainty. All historical records indicate that the Reclaimers vanished approximately 5,000 standard years ago. However, the technological signature of the vessels we encountered aligns with the remnants of their designs. Maya looks at the interface, her mind racing. If they're really back, we're not ready for this. No one is. Their technology, it's beyond anything we've ever dealt with. The AI pauses for a brief moment, processing the implications. Reclaimer technology is not based on any known logic systems. It is designed to adapt and evolve in ways that elude traditional analysis. Our current capabilities are insufficient to predict or counter their advancements. Maya lets out a slow breath, trying to think. She knows Zenithra is right. The galaxy's greatest minds have spent centuries trying to reverse engineer what little remains of Reclaimer technology, and they've made virtually no progress. And now, faced with the real thing, Maya knows they are dealing with an enemy that can't be fought with brute force or sheer firepower alone. But Maya also knows something else. If the Reclaimers are returning, the rest of the galaxy will be in the dark. The vast networks of AI-operated fleets and defense grids that the galaxy has come to depend on won't stand a chance. The Reclaimers' technology will cut through them like they're nothing. Which means Maya and Zenithra are now in the unenviable position of being the first, and possibly only, line of defense. They don't know we're out here, Maya says, her voice tense. If we don't figure out a way to stop them or at least slow them down, the entire galaxy is going to fall before anyone knows what hit them. Zenithra processes her statement quickly. Current probability of defeating a Reclaimer fleet with available resources is less than 1%. Maya stands pacing in the cramped confines of the ship's bridge. Then we don't face them head-on. We've got to think differently. We need to figure out what their weaknesses are, how to use what we have to our advantage. They're not invincible. The AI runs various simulations, attempting to calculate any possible weaknesses in the Reclaimer fleet. But every scenario ends in failure. There's no traditional weak point, no obvious flaw in the Reclaimer systems that can be exploited. Everything about their technology is built to withstand even the most advanced forms of attack. But then Maya has an idea. Their technology adapts, right? It evolves in real time. Correct, Zenithra confirms. Then maybe the answer isn't trying to overpower them or outmaneuver them. Maybe the answer is throwing something at them that they can't adapt to. The AI pauses, processing. Explain. Maya steps closer to the console, Her eyes narrowed in thought. They're built to counter every form of technology we have, right? But they're still machines. They still operate on logic, on predictable patterns, no matter how advanced they are. If we can disrupt those patterns, throw something irrational into the mix, then maybe we can slow them down. Zenithra considers her words, running new simulations. The concept of introducing unpredictability into a logical system is difficult for the AI to fully grasp, but it begins to see the potential. The reclaimers are built to counter rational, strategic moves. They wouldn't be prepared for something as chaotic and unpredictable as human instinct. There is merit to your proposal, Zenithra finally concedes. A calculated introduction of irrationality may disrupt their adaptation systems, creating exploitable vulnerabilities. Maya nods, her mind working through the plan. We use what they won't expect. No one else in the galaxy thinks like humans do. They've spent thousands of years mastering everything logical. But we're not logical. Not always. That's why every ship needs a human. Because when things don't go according to plan, we're the ones who adapt. The AI processes her statement. Agreed. A strategy based on unpredictability and instinct may provide the tactical advantage needed for survival. Maya takes a deep breath. Good. Now, let's put this plan together. We need to find out where their main fleet is, where they're launching from, and how we can disrupt them long enough to get a message out to the rest of the galaxy. As the two work together, an unlikely partnership begins to form. Zenithra starts relying more on Maya's instincts, factoring her unpredictable decisions into its calculations. Meanwhile, Maya begins to trust the AI's vast knowledge and technical prowess, knowing that they'll need both logic and intuition to stand a chance against the reclaimers. In the vastness of space, alone against an ancient threat, they realize that their survival, and possibly the fate of the entire galaxy, depends on this fragile alliance. They'll need to work together, balancing the precision of Zenithra's calculations with the raw instinct of Maya's human mind, if they hope to overcome the reclaimers and prevent the galaxy's imminent downfall. The stakes have never been higher. Maya and Zenithra are no longer just trying to survive, they're preparing for a fight that could decide the fate of the galaxy. The reclaimers, with their terrifying technology, are moving fast, and Maya knows they have little time left. They've been able to disrupt smaller forces, but now they face the main fleet, and no amount of instinct alone will save them. It's time to put everything on the line. Are you ready for this? Maya asks, her voice steady but with a hint of tension. She's used to being calm in the face of danger, but even she can't ignore the gravity of what's coming. Zenithra responds, its tone as calm as always. Preparations complete. All systems operational. However, probability of success remains minimal. Maya allows herself a brief smile. Good thing we're not playing by the numbers. The plan they've devised is bold, maybe even reckless, but it's their only shot. Instead of engaging the reclaimers in direct combat, they've decided to hit them where it hurts, their command structure. The reclaimer fleet operates with cold, calculated precision, but even they need a central hub to coordinate their movements. Maya and Zenithra will target this hub, disrupting the entire fleet in one blow. The key to their plan is creating enough chaos to make the reclaimers' systems falter, even if only for a brief moment. That moment could change everything. As they approach the heart of the reclaimer fleet, the tension is palpable. Maya grips the controls, watching as the enemy's ships come into view, hundreds of them, each more advanced and menacing than the last. These are not ordinary ships. They are living relics of a civilization far beyond anything Maya or Zenithra have ever encountered. And now they stand between them and the future of the galaxy. Remember, Maya says quietly, we're not here to fight them all. Just the ones that matter. The AI responds instantly. Target locked on Central Command Vessel. Commencing approach. The enemy's ships are massive, sleek, and bristling with weapons that could vaporize Zenithra in an instant. But they don't open fire, at least not yet. Maya's instincts tell her they're being watched, analyzed, studied. The reclaimers are waiting to see what their next move will be. They're expecting us to attack directly, Maya says, her mind racing. We need to throw them off before they can adapt. Zenithra processes the information, adjusting their course. Initiating diversionary tactics. The ship launches a series of probes, each one designed to confuse the Reclaimer fleet's sensors. It's a small distraction, but it works. The Reclaimers shift their attention, trying to make sense of the sudden influx of signals. It's not much, but it's enough to give Maya and Zenithra the opening they need. No, Maya says, her voice sharp. Zenithra moves swiftly, cutting through the fleet with precision, avoiding detection as they approach the command vessel. The Reclaimer's ships are powerful, but they're not omniscient. They can't predict everything, especially not human unpredictability. As Zenithra closes in, Maya can feel her heart pounding in her chest. This is it. This is their chance. The command vessel looms ahead, a colossal structure bristling with energy and shields. It's the brain of the entire fleet, the one point that, if hit, could cripple the Reclaimer's entire operation. But getting close enough to deal a blow won't be easy. The ship is protected by layers of defense systems, each one more advanced than the last. One wrong move, and they'll be vaporized before they can even reach it. Zenithra, we need to disrupt their shields. Can you do it? The AI calculates rapidly. Their shield technology is unlike any known design. However, there is a potential vulnerability in their energy modulation patterns. Exploiting this will require precise timing. Maya nods. We've come this far. Let's do it. As they approach, Zenithra adjusts its energy output, syncing with the Reclaimer's shield frequency. It's a delicate maneuver, one that could backfire spectacularly if they're even a fraction of a second off. But Maya trusts Zenithra, and for the first time, the AI seems to trust her instincts without question. The moment arrives. Zenithra pulses its energy field, sending a shockwave through the Reclaimer's shields. For a brief second, the shields flicker, and in that instant, Maya strikes. The ship's weapons fire, piercing through the weakened shields and striking the command vessel's core. For a moment, nothing happens. The Reclaimer fleet seems to freeze, as if processing the sudden, unexpected attack. Then, all at once, chaos erupts. The command vessel begins to collapse, its systems failing as the Reclaimers struggle to regain control. The once coordinated fleet is thrown into disarray, ships firing wildly as their command structure crumbles. Maya watches as the Reclaimer's precision falters, their movements becoming erratic and disorganized. The plan is working. But it's not over yet. The Reclaimers may be crippled, but they're not defeated. Several ships break off from the main fleet, heading straight for Zenithra. They've been exposed, and now the Reclaimers are out for blood. Zenithra, we need to get out of here. Now. The AI responds immediately, pulling the ship away from the command vessel as the Reclaimers close in. It's a race against time, and every second counts. Maya pushes the ship to its limits, dodging enemy fire as they make their escape. The Reclaimer ships are fast, faster than Zenithra, but they're still disoriented, their coordination shattered. It's just enough to give them the edge. With one final burst of speed, Zenithra breaks free of the Reclaimer fleet, leaving the chaos behind. As they fly into the safety of open space, Maya lets out a breath she didn't realize she was holding. They did it. Against all odds, they succeeded. The Reclaimer fleet is crippled, their plans disrupted, and for now, the galaxy is safe. But Maya knows this victory is only temporary. The Reclaimers will recover, and when they do, they'll be even more dangerous. The galaxy isn't out of danger yet, but at least now, they have a fighting chance. She leans back in her seat, exhausted but satisfied. We did it. Zenithra's voice is calm but carries an unmistakable note of respect. Your instincts proved crucial, Captain. The mission was successful due to our combined efforts. Maya smiles, closing her eyes for a brief moment. Yeah, well, we make a good team. The AI processes her words, and for the first time, it seems to understand the full meaning behind them. In this vast, unpredictable universe, logic and calculation aren't always enough. Sometimes, what's needed is a little chaos, a human touch. And in that moment, both Maya and Zenithra realize that together, they're more than the sum of their parts. They may have won this battle, but the war is far from over. And as long as they stand together, they'll face whatever comes next head on. Because now they know the truth: every ship, no matter how advanced, needs a human to survive.